evening and welcome to all our panelists and participants to this all-woman organic food business startup seminar. Women's empowerment is a process of empowering women. Women empowerment is the most crucial point to be noted for the overall development of a family, community, and of a country. Empowerment is a process that creates power in individuals over their own lives. And this is possible when women like you are able to access the opportunities available to them without limitations and restrictions in education, your profession, and your lifestyle. Our economic empowerment refers to the ability for women to enjoy their right to control and benefit from the resources, assets, income, and their own time, and eventually improve theirs and their families' economic status as well. So now, even homemakers can be women entrepreneurs. Have any of you or any of your family members lost their job or been laid off? Are you financially on the back foot due to this pandemic that has literally pulled the carpet from under your feet? You are just not too sure about what you could do to earn a living? Well, if that's your problem, then perhaps an organic startup business is for you. In the past decade, organically grown and produced food products have really taken off in popularity and have been scientifically proven to be better for our health. The current demand for organically grown food products shows no signs of slowing down and will only continue to expand as the population continues to become more concerned about maintaining a healthy and a balanced diet. So we encourage you not to let your dreams only be dreams, but to turn it into a reality. We are one and we care. I would like to inform you all that this seminar will have two sessions. The first session will cover all the avenues of beginning a startup business of organic food products. And the second, where all our panelists will give you a detailed insight into the subject. The second session is a part where you, our valued participants, can interact with the panel to clear your doubts. So as an icebreaker for all our participants, let's have a game. Okay, the game is people buy me to eat, but never eat me. What am I? People buy me to eat, but never eat me. What am I? So you can share your answers either in the Q&A or the chat, or you can unmute yourself and ask. It's pretty simple, but we will never think of it. But I'm sure you girls are smart. Harleen, she says to all of us, seeds, are they seeds? Harleen, no, they're not seeds. Oh, yes. So there is a user, there are, see, unless you tell me, I can't, sort of interact with you because there's one person who is, two of them who have said the right answer, but I don't know if you can identify yourself, it will be great. It will be more personal. Can you hear me? Okay, Aarti, there's a person, Aarti, Kavita says banana leaf. Kavita, you're really like right there, right, really close. And Aarti says outer skin. But we don't need to know, Aarti. But there are the two correct answers. It just says from user. There are two of them who says from user. Actually, it's plate. That's the correct answer. So plate is the answer. So well done to both of you. I don't even know your names, so I can't personally thank you. But Banana Leaf from Kavita is really close, Kavita. You're really close. So thank you very much. And we also would like you to be active in everything. So put in your questions and we will answer all of them in the second session. Thank you. This seminar, this is a synopsis of the seminar. Things we cover will be brand portfolio and business possibilities, how to get started, the organic food market scenario in present times, documentation and certificates, and business coaching. So we will cover all these aspects of a startup. I'd like to introduce our panel to you. That's me. I'm Pushpa Koshi, an entrepreneur. I worked as a hospital administrator in our family-run business for 25 years. I'm an active member of social organizations like the Inner Wheel Club of Kottayam and the YWCA in Kottayam, both which deal with women and children and child issues. At present, I hold the post in the Inner Wheel District 3 to 1 as the International Service Organizer. It's a pleasure to be here as the moderator in this forum. Thank you. Going on to our panelists, we have Mrs. Sheena Susan Burgess. She is the president of How Far, the first organic fair trade exclusive women cooperative with organic certified farmers. Sheena has 15 years of experience in her field of agriculture and horticulture. Her leadership always stands for women empowerment and gender equality, and this has made a huge impact on her project area. Currently, she heads a team of women farmers and women workers in the field, as well as in the production faculty of spices, coffee, and other organic products. She's an active member of service organizations like Inner Wheel and Rotary Club. Welcome, Mrs. Sheena Susan Burgess, to this seminar.
Yeah, thank you, Pushpa. Good evening, all. I welcome all the panelists and also all the participants to this program. Thank you.
Mrs. Sita Thambi is the Human Resources Head of Manarkad Social Service Society, known as MASS, a society of organic farmers. She is an organ donor, an active social worker and a green evangelist working for the empowerment of women and is associated with other social forums for women. Welcome, Mrs. Sita Thambi, to this seminar.
Thank you, Pushpa, and welcome all panelists and participants. Have a great time with us. Thank you.
Mrs. Anu John, a chartered accountant with 23 years of industry experience. She's the president of Kottayam Toastmasters Club, a member of the Lions Club and the Junior Chamber International Tour. Welcome, Mrs. Anu John, to this seminar.
Thank you, Pushpa. I am indeed really happy to be part of this webinar hosted by Plantain. And I also welcome and encourage all the participants to share your doubts so that we can make you more confident in starting your own business. Thank you. Over to Pushpa.
All right. Mrs. Archana is next, and she is the youngest of all our panelists. She's a BTech computer science graduate and a Google certified SEO engineer with 7 years of experience. She's also the digital market trainer at IPSR Solutions Limited. Welcome, Archana, to this webinar program. It's a pleasure to have such an eminent panel of experts in every field here. What is organic food? Organic food is produced by methods that comply with the standards of organic farming. Standards vary worldwide, but universally, organic farming and its produce features practices that cycle resources, promote ecological balance, and conserve biodiversity. Food from farms that don't use artificial fertilizers, GMOs, which is genetically modified organisms, pesticides, growth regulators, or food additives is termed as organic food. So then, what is the organic business? Mrs. Sheena Susan, will you please take that question?
Yeah. Thank you, Pushpa, for asking this question. This may be a question in everyone's mind after registering for this program. I will explain this in a simple and crisp way so that everyone could understand. HAWPA, that is High Range Organic Women Fair Trade Farmers Association. It's a 100% women farmers cooperative certified under Fair Trade and Organic for the production of organic food. And Planton Organic is our organic certified promotion wing for marketing our organic retail products. Some of you might be already knowing that we are the pioneers of organic farming and exporters of the organic food in ingredients all around the globe. Organic This is a project, that's a movement. Through this Organic This project, we are offering an opportunity for the women in our community to start their own business and empower them to become the entrepreneurs that they have dreamed. There is another uniqueness to this program. It is a completely woman-operated value chain process. We are one among India's first women organization practicing fair trade standards in our farm, and we guarantee equal rights to our women members and respect gender equality. Have you got it, Pushpa?
Yes, that is truly impressive, Sheena. We're very impressed with that. But what are the benefits of organic food? Mrs. Sita Thampi, over to you.
Thank you, Pushpa. And Sheena, I support you the statement forwarded by you. Coming to the benefits of organic food. What is the benefits of organic food? Recent research shows us that organic food are free of foreign chemicals that normally react with vitamins, organic compounds, and minerals, thus lowering the essential positive impact of antioxidants in food products. Organic food is mostly recommended by doctors as it increases your immunity. Am I right? Yeah, organic food always increase your immunity compared to other foods. Consumption of organic food help us to safeguard our family from future health issues. Yes, you all know at the current situation what's going on and what's happening in our country. Okay, so for the organic food can boost up our immunity also. One another note is that if you become the part of this program, please note this point. If you become the part of this program, you are helping our farmers and thus yielding to Indian economy, and you are saving our nature and environment. So I think I am clear at my statement. So I think you got the point that what is the benefits of organic food. Okay, organic food is the healthy food and the really a fresh food. We can assure that we are eating a very fresh food. And it is very helpful and healthy for your family. Thank you, Pushpa.
Thank you, Sita, for that. That's really enlightening to know that. Next, we'll have a poll. We'll have our first poll because, it's to let us get to know, our range of participants here. So we would like to know, which profession you belong to. Are you from the NRI category or the salaried employee? Or are you self-employed? Or are you job seekers? So would you kindly, all participants, if you could just help, help us that we get to know, the range of participants, the professions that our participants belong to. That's NRI category, salaried employee, self-employed, and job seekers. Thank you. Okay, so go ahead and vote. So our company will be able to, get a feel about, get the pulse of the kind of professions that you all are from. Then the food that you prefer out of the organic category, things like that we would like to know, and hence this poll. Thank you. Have you all punched in your answers? Okay, so the poll results are out. NRI, there are 4% in our group here. The salaried employee is 45%, self-employed 21%, and job seekers 32%. That's pretty impressive. So salaried employees, well, for whatever reason, you have voted, and you have joined the seminar, I guess, maybe it's because of salary cuts or, that you guys are thinking about an alternate career. So that's good. So once again, NRIs for 4%, salaried employees 45%, and so on. So 45% salaried employees are the ones that are leading. Thank you for your participation. Archana, are you live? Can you hear us?
Yeah, hope you can hear me now.
Yes, yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
I just introduced you. I would like to go back and introduce you again. Did you hear the introduction?
Yeah.
Okay. So would you like to respond to that?
Thank you for joining me this webinar.
Archana, you're not clear. It
Can
says
you
your
hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, we'll get back to Archana later. Let's now, the next question is, everybody would want to know is how to get started. This is a question that has to be answered and researched before any kind of business is started. And there are certain criteria that have to be met before starting a business venture. To tell us more about what the registrations required to start an organic food business, our financial advisor, Mrs. Anu John, will speak to you now. Over to you, Anu.
Yeah. Thank you, Pushpa. For any business to start, you should have certain registrations. Am I clear now? It's raining heavily here.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So it's not a complicated process at all. Many think that it is a Herculean task to get all these registrations, licenses before we start any business. But for starting a small business to start with, you just need 2 registrations. And the first registration, or it's rather an NOC, not a registration. It's an NOC from FSSAI. As you are dealing in food products, this registration is compulsory, FSSAI registration, and it can be got online. So it's just an with your mobile phone itself, you can submit an application. And the second registration that you require is a trade license to run a business, and that is you can secure that from a local authority, panchayat or whatever local authority in which your place is located. From there, you can get this 2 registrations also. So this is pretty simple, and you don't have to go for any other registrations or licenses initially. Okay, thank you.
Okay, that's easy enough for any woman to start up and take this initiative. Thank you, Anu. The organic food market. This pandemic, the coronavirus, has taken the whole world by surprise. A contagious virus that is directly playing havoc on millions of people around the world. Now, with the growing awareness of healthy living, organic foods are coming up everywhere. With the Indian organic food market anticipated to grow over 25% for the next 3 years, there is a huge scope for venturing into the small business of organic food and farming. So then we'd like to know, what are the upcoming possibilities in the organic food business? Sheena, can you answer that, please?
Yes, sure, Pushpa. Thanks for bringing up this, Pushpa. Taking the current economy and market scenario, everyone will be having doubts about this. Research has shown that the demand for organic food has been a boom during this pandemic. Various doctors are suggesting people to shift from conventional food to organic food to increase their immunity and better their health conditions. Considering the market demands, India's organic food market is projected to reach 20 billion Indian rupees by 2021. During this COVID situation, lockdown affected all other areas. You all know that food production companies were allowed to operate during this lockdown period. Why? It's because food is considered to be an essential commodity. And our government policies also favor organic food production in a good manner. As you all know, various strategies are planned by our government for organic cultivation. This gives the organic food sector an upper edge to grow in this current market scenario. So there will be a high demand for the organic products because people are now more aware of what they eat.
You're absolutely right, Sheena. There's a huge scope for organic food business. So, but what are the marketing strategies? Arjuna, can you hear us to take the question, please?
Yeah, can you hear me, ma'am, now?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Okay. So, about the marketing strategies, if you're asking, when it comes to the two types of marketing. One is traditional marketing, and the other one is digital marketing. Billboards, newspapers, TV, pamphlets, the posters that we stick on walls, all these comes under traditional marketing. And if we sell our products through online, through social medias like Facebook and other online platforms, then we call it as digital marketing. We'll be focusing mainly on digital marketing. Video marketing also has a great role in digital marketing. So we can guide you on how you can create a small 30-second video for your business. For example, maybe taking a nice video clip of your shop and promoting it. In short, we can guide you on how you can make your business visible and trending in social media when someone searches for organic products.
All right, fair enough. That's great. Both these questions were answered beautifully. Thank you to both of you. What about the credibility of organic food? You know, generally organic food networks rely only on trust and credibility because there is a substantial price we pay for organic food products. I think that's right. How does one ensure the credibility of organic food? Sita, can you answer that, please?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Pushpa. Anyway, that's a great question. Always the common people wants to know what is the credibility of the organic food. We all buy the organic food from the shops, but we don't know that it has any credibility. This organic food is the real organic food or not. But before we talk about the credibility of the credibility of our organic food, first we should talk about the sourcing. From our sourcing is coming from the Manargar Social Service Society known as MAS. I am the HR head of that Manargar Social Service Society, and the Manargar Social Service Society has been promoting organic farmers since 2001. And we have more than 5,000 plus certified farmers in Kerala. And you know, these farmers are certified after 3 years of strict external evaluation by the reputed certifying body. The entire value chain from harvesting to marketing is organically certified under the rigorous lab test as per EU, US, and Indian organic standards. So, as for me, and as for us, Plankton is marketing a credible. Plankton have the credibility for the organic food because we are undergoing all this rigid tests, and after that only we are marketing this product. So, I think for the credibility of our product, we can assure this credibility of our organic products. Thank you, Pushpa.
All right. So as you can all see, a very strict and rigid inspection procedure is followed by our company. You can be sure that food that you obtain from Planton has 100% purity. What about the organic biz? The organic distinguishing our products from our brands from other brands. The organic business is one where there has to be high ethical standards and a building up of trust and goodwill with the customers. Sheena, Susan, can you speak to us about this perspective? Sheena, please unmute yourself before speaking. I hope the participants can all hear. Yes, Sheena, you want me to, I'll ask you the question again. The organic business.
Yes, Pushpa. The entire product traceability and credibility is guaranteed by the organic certification system, as it was told by Sita. Even though our organizations, Alpha and Planted, monitor and maintain all guidelines of the organic standards, an external approved agency under the APEDA will be announcing surprise and unannounced audit to ensure its traceability. Most of the products you see in the market are not organic, even if the label says so. I have recently seen a well-known brand advertising themselves as 100% pure and natural, but the reality is that they may not be certified. See, for a product to be classified as organic, certain criteria are to be met, and this includes the guarantee by the certification system. In our product, QR code reveals the consumer about the traceability of the organic farmer organizations and the value chain. For instance, take a look at this picture on the left-hand side. You can see a product that is said to be natural and pure, but the organic certification emblem of India Organic will be missing. But if you see the right-hand side, this is one among the 38 products we offer, and it has the certification emblem from the Government of India. I hope you got a clear clarification about it.
Yes, I'm sure all our participants have an idea that you have to have the organic emblem on your product, and that certifies that the product is 100% organic. So, participants, let's go on to the second poll, please. We want to know, which organic food do you prefer to eat? So, is it ready to eat food like millet and pongal? Are they drinks like spicy drinks and coffee? Or are they soup like jackfruit soup? Or grains, rice, and pulses? So participants, can you please be active and go on with the poll so that we'll know exactly what sort of a group of friends we have here. What sort of food do you prefer, you and your family? Because many of us think that it is only foods that that are like sort of prescribed by doctors and all that needs to be pure and stuff. But everything that we eat now can be grown organically. Everything that you consume. Okay, so we're waiting for the poll results. Oh, yes. Now the poll results are out. Which organic food do you prefer? Ready to eat, 17%. Drinks, 13%. Soup, 6%. And grains, 64%. Thank you so much. It tells us now, like our participants, because of course, as you all know, grains is the major portion of our the food on the plate comes from the grains that we eat. So thank you very much for your participation in this. Now let's get back to our to documentation, to the aspect of billing and registers. There will be certain bill and records to be maintained by the partner. Mrs. Anu John will answer the next question. How can a startup partner, Anu, raise a bill? And what are the registers that we need to maintain as a startup partner? Is it going to be very difficult, very complex?
Yeah. Shall I? Yeah. It's not at all complex. When you buy any product, when you go to any shop and buy a product, you will of course get a bill for that. In the same way, when you bill your products to your customer, you have to raise a bill for that. That is the primary document you have to raise. And the bills you can raise either in a printout model. Maybe you can buy a 50-page, print a 50-page leaf and keep it as your invoice book. And from that, it should be serially numbered also with your the name of the shop, address, value, quantity, all those things should be there. And or else you can uh, use an application or software for that, which is available freely for downloading. And with that also you can raise an invoice. That is the invoice or the bill. That is the primary document. And also you cannot just give it out. You have to keep a copy of the invoice for your future reference. You have to bind it carefully, keep it carefully in one folder. And along with that, all the purchase invoices, when you buy the products from Plantain, you will get the invoices for that. You have to keep in safe custody all those purchase invoices also. And if you incur any, sorry, my power has gone. If you incur any expenses for that also, the vouchers or the bills are also have to be kept safely for future. And the registers, then comes the registers. Mainly you have to keep two registers. And the first register is the stock register. How the stock is coming in, what quantity you have bought, what all items you have bought, all those you have to keep a list. And how, whether you have sold it, on which date you have sold, all those details should be there. And on any day you should be able to know what is the closing stock that is lying with you, each product how many quantity is lying with you. For that you should have a simple stock register. That is one register. And the next register that you have to keep is a cash book. You should know, definitely know what is the cash balance you are having, whether you are going short or whether you are running on a profit. Mainly with when you are starting small, like a cash book will show you what is the cash balance that you are having. And also when you are when we start small, we will try to maintain one cash balance. When we shop for ourselves, that also we will use our same purse for the business also. So we have to make sure these two are bifurcated to know how our business is going. So cash book also is very important. Yeah, thank you, Pushpa. Over to you.
Thank you, Anu, for that detailed answer. So next, let's go to what about digital support? The scope of digital marketing and support. Your business startup has a personality. One of the best ways to show that personality is through social media marketing. Your potential customers have a lot of options when it comes to choosing you over others. And if you let potential customers see a more personal side of your business, the chance of them emotionally connecting with you skyrockets. So, what are the digital support a startup partner can expect from Planton? Archana, since you're the digital expert, could you please answer that?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. According to the latest research, the organic food industry in the online market has a growth of 25%. People who eat organic food in India has increased to 25%. Also, people who buy things using mobile has increased to 900%. People are interested to buy things from their nearby shop. Lifestyle has changed that people are not interested to travel outside to buy things. They will buy things from nearby shops. The same way they'll buy things through mobile and through social media. So we'll be giving you a digital support by guiding you on how you can sell these products through social medias like WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram. See, everyone is using Facebook and WhatsApp, but most of them are not aware about WhatsApp business and Facebook page. We'll be teaching you on how you can use WhatsApp business, send a broadcast message. All these in detail we'll be teaching you during the support and training time.
All right, thank you, Archana. Even I didn't know there was a business, thing in Facebook. So, participants, I hope that's all clear enough for you. Let's go on to our poll 3, wherein we want to know which among the below platforms do you prefer for marketing? Just a single choice: Facebook, WhatsApp, or Instagram. So we know, which is the social media that you use. So that's Facebook, WhatsApp, or Instagram. So we have a wide range of social platforms now. So according to what you want and what you prefer, we can also work on that behind the scenes if you were to partner with us. So go ahead, please. So we wait for the poll results. And I encourage all our participants to be there, online and listen to this, both the sessions. It will be great to have you till the end. Okay, while we wait for. Yes, the results are out. Which among the below platforms do you prefer for marketing? 53% has said Facebook, and 45% WhatsApp, and 4% Instagram. So that's great. So the digital team will make a note of this so that they will be able to work accordingly. Thank you, participants, for your information. The organic certifications. The authenticity of a food product is extremely crucial and important because that's what we eat. So what are the standards used to cultivate and distribute the organic products in your company? Mrs. Sita Tampi, please answer that. If you could give us a clear picture about that.
Sure. Before going to the answer, all the participants, can you hear me? Yeah, I think you all can hear me. So, as I told you the earlier also, the entire value chain from harvesting to marketing is organically certified, and it takes at least 3 years for a farm to be certified as organic. I told this earlier also. We supply products to the consumer based on Jaivik Bharat and Indian organic label, which is approved by Government of India. In the screen, you can see one of our certifications, and as Sheena told in her previous answer, that she had in the slide they had shown the two products. One is having the label, and the another doesn't have any labels. So with these labels, you can certify that this is the organic product. Then these labels are strictly based from the Jaivik Bharat and Indian organic and approved by the Government of India. Okay, I think that is clear for this question.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Sita. What about, if I'm interested, what about screening of registrants? What are your parameters for selection? All companies will have certain parameters for selecting their partners and associates, and that's really important. So what are the eligibilities of becoming a startup partner with you? Sheena, Susan, can you answer that, please?
Yeah, we don't insist on any strict screening process, but if there is more than one participant from the same panchayat or the municipality, then we choose the one who has the following criteria. She could be having a strong passion for organic farming and food business. And we will prefer the person who is having a good consumer network in their area. And another screening is the person should be having a good infrastructure in their area. These are the criteria we are looking for.
Okay, thank you for that clear insight of becoming a startup partner with you all. So what about the training and support provided by our team? When an interested person ties up with us, the company literally plays mother hen to them. We make sure that you get all the training and knowledge about the product, business strategies, etc. After all, your success is our success also. So what are the trainings given to a startup partner? Archana, can you please tell us about that?
Yeah, sure. As I said before, we'll be guiding you with simple steps on how you can send a message and what all content you should include in that message. We'll also be guiding you on how to use WhatsApp Business, also how you can sell your products through your Facebook page. We'll also be providing you with an e-kit, which includes all the essentials you'll be needing to sell your product. You'll be getting all the content, attractive designs, posters, creative, etc., which is needed to advertise your product. You'll also get a how-to book in this kit, in that it is clearly mentioned on how you can create a post on social media, how you can add your business maps, how you can create your own Facebook page for your business. Don't worry, we'll be guiding you on all these social media marketing activities.
All right, that is really friendly of you to say that. Now we want to know, why is organic food costly? We all know that if you want the best, you have to pay a premium for that. So quality comes at a premium price, and that's a known fact. But why is organic foods more expensive? It's so Sita, can you answer that, please?
Yeah, sure, Pushpa. And that is a question worth to answer. Always, the most of the customers need to know why they are spending extra for organic products, right? All of us have the doubt why the organic food is so expensive. Let me state a common quote, that is, health is a relationship between you and your body. Am I right? Health is a relationship between you and your body. This pandemic has taught us that money cannot buy your life, but hygiene can. Yes, hygiene can buy your life, but money cannot buy your life. Healthy food can buy your life, but money cannot buy your life. You don't need another pandemic to teach us that health is essential. Yeah, health is very essential, as all we know. The health is wealth, right? And now coming to the next point, the cost factor. Cost factor, organic food are difficult to grow as they need high involvement and more time to grow. Post-harvest processing and handling of organic food is costly affair since the risk of contamination by chemical fertilizers, pesticides, etc. As I told you earlier also, organic food has grown and without any chemical pesticides. Okay, so each day the number of cancer patients is increasing. Am I right? Yeah. A lot of the cancer patients are increasing in this generation. And one of the main cause for this is the pesticides that contaminates food consumption. Besides that, healthy food means healthy family and better nourishment for better living, and it's good for both people and animals. As we all know, it's good for both people and animals, right? Now choice is yours. Don't forget. Organic food is less expensive than cancer treatment. Cancer treatment is very expensive, and all of you know that also. Do you want to buy cancer or build a healthy generation? That is, the choice is yours. As a woman, we all prefer the best things for our children and our family. But coming to the food, why we are going for the chemicalized food or the poisonous food? That is a really means questions to be answered, right? So the organic food is, of course, it is expensive. But the thing is that your family is healthy, you can maintain your health, and you can protect your family from the future diseases like something cancer or there's bone marrow cancer, something like that. Lots of diseases can be, means the cost is very less for the organic food if we compare to the expenses we are giving for the treatment of our diseases. So I think the organic food cost is not high, but we have to develop our thoughts, and the organic food is very essential in our life at this situation and this pandemic and this COVID time. Also, doctors always recommended to boost up the immunity. They told that to have the organic. So I think this will satisfy the question and why the organic product is high in cost. Okay, thank you, Pushpa.
Correct. You're absolutely right, Sita. And that's fair enough. Now we all understand, at least now we know that even if we pay more, we are guaranteed of a good product for your health. So thank you, Sita, for that. So next, let's go on to the return of investment. The best way to build a higher network and achieve what you've invested in is definitely important as an investor. What is the investment and the profit of a startup partner? Our financial consultant, Anu, can you please answer that?
In this difficult situation, many people, many families will be facing difficult financial situation also. So whatever small way we can contribute, it will be a great help to our family. And we all know we don't have much huge amount for us to invest also, but for a small investment to start for doing an organic shop, we don't need a big, huge investment. It's as small. I think it's even less than what you have to pay for buying a sovereign. We can start a business with as low as 25,000. That is the amount that you have to spare to buy the product initially, for building your stock. And the Plantain is offering you a markup price of from 10% to as high as 40%. So this is the profit that you are bringing in when you trade on this product. And from this, on an average, if you take all the products, on an average, you will get around 25% of profit. And on that, you will have to bear your expenses also, and the net will be your profit. And as you scale up your business, you can have in more investment. For that, the loans are also very easily available. For especially for ladies, we have Mudra loans, and all banks have special loans for ladies. And it will have a minimum interest of right from 8% to around 10%. So it's very easy for ladies to, and without any collateral also. That's very important. Without any collateral also, you will get interest loan at very low rates. So it's the investment is not a very big issue to start up, and thereafter you can roll the money and scale up your business. Thank you, Pushpa.
All right, Anu, thank you. I hope our participants will be encouraged by, listening to our financial consultant. It's really encouraging. So now, let's go on to our fourth poll. We want our participants. We want to know, what is your inspiration to start an organic biz shop? So is it for quick earning, or it's quick earning and social commitment? Social commitment as in, like, you're also, helping the farmers and all the other associated people who are involved in organic farming. So what is your inspiration to start an organic business shop? So please go ahead and take part in the poll, so that we'll be able to work accordingly, so we'll know what sort of ideas you have to start. Because at the end of the day, we need to earn. That's definitely on the cards. But then, do you want to take, socially, are you going to be committed and take others along with you? Your success should be others' success. So is that your intention? Thank you, participants, for taking part in the poll. Yes, we're waiting for the results. Yes. So it's quick earning, 8%, and quick earning and social commitment. It's just awesome. I know only women will think like that. We want to always, take people along with us. So 92% is quick earning and social commitment. That's great. We know we have committed and socially aware, participants who are, want others also to succeed while they succeed. Thank you. So let's go on to customer awareness. Consumer awareness about a product. Why should they buy a premium product versus the ordinary one? Has to be highlighted very clearly, and the consumer has the right to know that. But it won't be difficult in these coronavirus pandemic days, as good health and its benefits are a lifelong investment for all. So what are the strategies to create an awareness among customers? I mean, you can't force somebody to buy something. So Archana, can you tell us, what are the strategies that we have to create an awareness amongst our customers?
Okay, I would like to share personal experience in this case. I have small kids at home, and I'm really scared to buy food products for them from outside, because I'm not aware about what kind of ingredients they're using in that product. Most of the parents are in the same situation. Through this pandemic, we have learned that our health is very important, and the food we eat affects our immunity a lot. In fact, in many ways, it is just going back to our traditional practices and going chemical free. Now, organic food product is an actual need of the hour. The demand for organic food and drinks is rapidly increasing. One of the keys to marketing success will be consumer awareness. about organic food produce. We already have a digital team for our company. When you join with us, we can guide you on how you can reach your products to a common man. Even by using just your mobile, you can do digital marketing. We'll be giving you training on all these. For organic products, we have e-brochures. Every week, we'll be sending you promotional content. You just have to add your name or your shop name in it and customize it. And you just have to re-forward it.
All right. Thank you, Archana. So in this session, we have, our panelists have covered what is organic food, how do you get started, the organic food market, credibility of organic food, the inspection file, that slide came on. Then we also know about the organic business. We got clear information about documentation, digital support, organic certifications, screening of prospective registrants, training, and why organic food is more costly than others, return of your investment, customer awareness. All these points have been covered by our panelists. So now we come to the Q&A session. That's the second part of our program. And where you, our esteemed and valued participants, get to speak. Or you can, you can give us your queries through the Q&A or through chat, or you can raise the hand option, or you can unmute yourself and speak up so that our panelists will be able to answer all your queries if you have any more. Thank you. So go ahead. So we have one question from Manasi. How will I know if I'll be eligible for this business program? Sita or Susan, one of you all, Sheena, Susan, one of you all can answer that, please. How will I know if I'm eligible for this business program?
Yeah, very good question, Pushpa. Who asked this question?
Manasi Sangir.
Okay, Mansi, good evening, Mansi. That's a very good question you asked. First thing is that to become a startup partner, first we will our team will assess if you are eligible for this startup partner or not. After that eligibility side, our project coordinator will be contacting you after this session, and they will explain you all the formalities and what's the procedures for becoming a startup partner. So after this session, our project coordinator, Uttara or Anna will be contacting you. Okay. Mansi, thank you for the question, Mansi.
Thank you. So participants, go ahead. Anybody else would like to ask some questions? There's another person who has said, if I'm in Delhi, will you provide door delivery for the purchase of your product? Sita, again, will you be able to take that?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I will. As we will send through our regular parcel services for the business order. Okay. So which includes all the major stock keeping units. And if you want a special courier service, the additional cost will be borne by the startup partner. So if you need a special courier service, the additional cost will be borne by the startup partners. So, and if you want to know more about this, our project coordinator will be definitely contacting you after this session. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. There's another user where you have not given us your name, so I cannot be. Is the process to get a license difficult? Somebody wants to know that?
Yeah, I'll take up that.
Yes, Anu, please.
I don't know who has asked it.
Yes, there's no name. So
Yeah.
Participants, we encourage you to, if you put your name, then we can get more personal with you.
Yeah. As I have initially, we have already initially discussed, only 2 registrations are required initially to start. These 2 registrations are pretty easy, and the only requirement that you should have is building number for where in both registrations you have to fill a building number. So you should have a room with a number allotted so that you can fill in that. And it is pretty easy. There is no much difficulty in getting these two licenses. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah. Sindhu is asking, what is fair trade and how is it connected to Haufa? Sheena, can you please answer that?
Pardon, can you?
She's asking,
I can't hear you.
asking, what is fair trade and how is it connected to Haufa? I mean, how is both those are they connected?
Yeah, I will answer you. Haufa and other cooperatives registered under the Fair Trade International. That is, fair trade is designed to help the producers in developing countries to achieve sustainable livelihood and equitable trade relationship. Fair trade is about better prices, decent working conditions, gender equality, local sustainability, and fair terms of trade for farmers and workers in the developing countries. Fair trade, by the fair trade, we will be having freedom of every kind.
Okay, Sindhu, I hope Sheena has answered that and you were able to connect both of them. So there's another question from Shruti. It says, is there any product return policy? Sheena, will you take that?
Yeah, sure. Yes, if you are not able to sell your products, we will take back the product, but it should be in the good condition without any damage, and it should be returned back to our factory with the purchase bill. Then we will take back the product.
Okay, that's fair enough. Shruti, I hope that's okay with you. Now we have another question coming from Shashi. Do we have to pay any deposit to Planton for starting the business? Sita or Sheena, one of you all can take that. Do they have to?
They don't need to pay any deposits. Only for the product they will be charged. No other expenses are there.
Okay, thank you. Shashi, I hope that's clear to you. Then we have another question from Alphonse Tess. Before we market our organic products, do we need to conduct any sort of laboratory testing to assure its quality? Do they have to retest it or something like that? Sita?
Yeah, that's a good question, Shashi. Anyway, good evening, Shashi. Actually, we are, as I told in the session, that we are launching the certified organic products. After the certification only, we are marketing the product. So you don't have to take any certification, organic certification to launch this product, because we already have these certifications. So I think that is that question is clear, Shashi.
Sita, it wasn't Shashi, it was Alphonse Tess.
Oh, sorry, Alphonse. Sorry, really sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
And I will add to it, we will be giving our Planton organic certificate, SCOP certificate for them if they are needing it.
Okay. Alphonse, is that clear? Okay, thank you. Next, there is another question from Shobha Rajmohan. She says, should I do the business in a specific area? Is there anything like that? Sheena, will you take that?
Yeah, sure. When we are getting the application, we will be looking for which is the panchayat they are looking for. In one panchayat, one person will be allotted.
Okay. Shubha, is that clear? Then there's another question from Revati Chavan. She says, how will we be collaborating? I mean, we need to sell your products, or do we grow our product in our farm and you will sell? Sheena, I think you can just go ahead and answer.
I will answer you. We are having our own branded products from our organic certified farms. So we will be marketing that. If they want to market their products after certification, only they can do. And for the steps for the startup, our project coordinators will be contacting the concerned person, and they will explain the procedures. And if they are interested, we will be assessing that team. And if they are eligible, we will contact them for the signing the MOU. For a new shop, they have to take the FSSAI registration, and we will collect the order by email and issue the performa invoice and receive the payment in bank account. Then the product against the payment we will be delivering within short time. And consumer awareness training will be there, and recipes will be shared to the startup partners, and a regular monthly meetings of the partners through webinar will be also there.
Okay, thank you, Sheena. I hope Revati, your question is answered. There's another one from E84B27. It's like a very, not a personal thing, but the question from that particular person is, what all are the training programs that you're going to be giving us? Is it payment oriented? That means basically, if you are going to train them, will you be taking money from them for that? I hope that's your question. Sheena or Sita, if you can just answer that. What is the training program that you're giving, and is it payment oriented?
Yeah, we will be giving online training for the concerned person, and we will not be taking any payments from them.
Okay, that's great.
Free of cost.
Okay, so Shruti, Kavita, Shobha, Alphonse, Revati, everybody has said, yeah, they've got it. Is it a kind of a franchisee? Kavita is asking. This, this startup, organic startup, I mean, is it a kind of a franchisee? She's asking. I mean, I think Sheena, yours is an original organic company. So you're not,
It's a partnership. It's a partnership. That is, they should be having a room by their own. And we have a design with us. They can implement a design inside this room and they can operate.
All right. There's another question from Lakshmi. I can't... Lakshmi, you want to put your hand up? I can't see your question.
Lakshmi is asking, what are the kind of products, and do you do business to business? And can I do it in Hyderabad? These are the 3 questions.
Okay. So, Sita, you want to take that?
Sure. We have, that is Lakshmi, right? Lakshmi, good evening. So, Lakshmi, we have more than 38 plus products with us. You can do your business in Hyderabad also. And that we have the 38 SKU categories like spices and curry masala, coconut product, dried fruit, coffee, ready to cook, and superfoods. Okay, so of course you can do your business at Hyderabad also. I will ask our project coordinator to contact with you, and they will guide you next week.
All right. Thank you, Sita. I hope that answers your question.
There is a business to business transaction. You can do a business to business transaction also, but you have to share your markup when you further sell it to your end consumer. That is all. You can another company or organization also can buy products from Plantain and sell it to your consumers. I think clear now.
Revati, what was your question? I can't see it over here.
Yeah, shall I read?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Asking, can we start this business apart from Kerala?
It's the same thing. I mean, one of you all can take it.
Yeah, we can. Sure, we can do anywhere.
Revati, is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. Another user, that question was already answered. How much of investment for shop setting rather than a product? That was already answered by Anu earlier. Would you like to answer that again, Anu, since the questions popped up again?
Yeah. Apart from that initial stock procuring cost, definitely, as Sheena has shared, you should have a room of your own. The size depends on how big you are going to do the business. the cost of that, maybe if it's on rent, the rent you have to incur. I think I'm clear
Yes.
for that question.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah.
There's another, Manasi has come and asked another question. That she's 26 years old, and is there an age limit to be part of the startup?
No, nothing. No age limit. You just want to if you want to become an entrepreneur, you just need your enthusiasm and an aggressive marketing strategy. That's it, Aarti. That's all we need from you. Thank you, Aarti. Good question.
Anu, I can't see the questions. Anu, can you read out the questions?
Yeah. Is your shop only given to women? That question is from Jilu. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Sheena. You want to answer that, or Sita?
Yeah, there is no gender
Differentiation.
but gender equality is there, so anyone can be there to open the shop. Men or women, whoever having the infrastructure, they will be promoted.
Okay, great. That answer was great. Now, Kavita's asked another question. Can we sell these products, get it from you and sell it through Amazon and Flipkart? Can we do that? Sita or Sheena, if you all can just answer that.
I don't think so. It cannot be done like that. It's for the direct marketing of the products.
Okay. Okay, Kavita, I hope you're happy with that answer. There's another user who's, there's no name there. How much is the profitability? Anu?
Yeah. Profitability depends upon how you do the business. The more you do, the less your expenses, your profitability, and how you scale up your business. It all depends. One cannot say the profitability and from the company side, if the markup is from 10% to 40%. So on average, from the company side, when you do business with Planten, the average profit you are getting from them is around 25%. And out of that, you have to bear your expenses.
Okay, thank you. I hope that's okay. That was Jomol, actually. It was a user. Now she's put in her name as Jomol.
Yeah, Jomol, I think I have answered you.
All right, thank you. Then from Revati again, can we only do digital marketing like through Facebook? Archana, can you take that, please?
Yeah, it's not about only digital marketing. Since digital marketing it's in its boom, we are helping you out in digital marketing. We can do traditional marketing as well, like we can do SMS marketing, mouth-to-mouth marketing. So many ways are. You can choose whichever is comfortable for you.
Okay, thank you, Archana. Anu, can you read out the other questions? I'm not able to see them.
Yeah. Is there any specific process to store the product? Is there any specific process to store the product? Any refrigeration? I think that's what the question is. Any specific temperature has to be set up, or any other things are to be provided to store the product? I think Sheena can answer it.
Yeah. We can store the products in our room temperature. No other measures needed.
Yeah. And the next question is, it's by user without any name. Sorry, if you can rename yourself, it will be better. If my business is in loss, how the company will settle it? I'll take up that. I think as when you run this business, if it comes to a loss, how the company will settle it? The answer is whatever product that is lying with you, if it is within the expiry date, the company will buy it back from you, provided you submit the original purchase invoice against which you have bought that product. The entire money will be returned to you. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Anu. Anu, Harleen has asked a question.
Pushpa ma'am, before that, I would like to add one more point to the Anu's statement. that the expiry date is there in our product. So before 3 months, you have to return it. So before or if the expiry date is on 15th and you are returning it on 14th, we will not take it back. Okay, that is our return policy, product return policy. Thank you.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yes. Anu, can you see Harleen's questions? I've asked 2 questions. Are they visible? She's asked. I can't see anything.
Harleen.
Then there's another question from Lakshmi. While you look into that, I see a few plant-on products listed in Amazon. Oils. Is it someone else or is it the same one? Tina, can you answer Lakshmi, please?
Yeah, we are marketing by ourselves from here. So we are selling our products to only to the party. They have to market in their own panchayat or in the municipality or in the corporation where they are living.
Lakshmi, I hope that clears your doubt. Anu, can you see Harleen's 2 questions?
What market support will you provide? Question to Archana by Retina. What market support you will provide?
We'll be giving training on social media marketing. We'll train you on how you can promote your products through Facebook page and WhatsApp business. We can also help you start a Google business. When you do that, if someone searches for your business on Google, they'll get a Google map and directions on how to reach your business. And if you want to create your own website for your shop, we have tie-up with IT companies and we'll help you create your own website for your business if you need it. Those who are interested, we have separate training for that on the technical side.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, I have found out the question from Harleen. It
Yes.
is, do we need a physical shop or can we operate entirely from home? How much does the licenses cost? I'll take it. You can run your business from home provided there is a separate number, a room with a separate number, because for FSSAI registration and this trade license, you will need a building number. The house number will not be acceptable for them. A separate commercial room with the building number, which is even if it's attached to your room, your house, it is okay, but it should be numbered separately. And licenses altogether, the 2 licenses will cost only around 1,500. I think I have answered, Harleen.
Harleen, I think that's a clear enough answer. Straightforward. Is there anybody else who would like to ask any questions that have not already been asked? Okay, there's another question.
Yeah, I have another question.
Go ahead.
One second.
Okay, there's one from Saumya Franklin. How can I start my business in the UAE? Can we start a business with your products with our company name? What all protocols do we have to take? Sheena?
Yeah, they can do their business in UAE. After this program, we will be sharing the coordinators number here. They can contact with them. They will give them the whole process. What are the steps they have to do?
Okay. Saumya, Franklin, I hope that Sheena has answered your question. You can get in touch with the project coordinators after this and they will give you the details regarding that. Priya has said, how about if I'm living in a flat? Should I rent a shop outside?
Yeah, if you can get both these registrations, it's pretty well and good. You can do it in your own flat itself. Otherwise, you will have to rent out or find a place, share a place with someone else so that you can have these 2 registrations.
All right. Thanks, Anu.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's okay. Yes, please go ahead, Anu.
Yeah, one question from user. Do you have any shop models? I think Sheena can answer it. Model for the shop design, I think.
Yes, we have a shop design. Once you are the part of the project, it will be shared with you.
Okay, all right. Thanks. I hope that user is happy with that answer. There's another question. How do you promote? Why are you promoting organic products by women? Why are you promoting that? women? Why you promote organic products by women? Sheena?
Yeah, women are more conscious about the health of themselves and their families, as you all know. This concept is to empower our women farmers and workers and to become the organic ambassadors role.
All right. And how many women farmers do you have? Somebody has asked that question. They're not identifying themselves.
That question I will take.
Yes, Sita, please.
As I am representing the Manakad Social Service Society, and our corporate itself having 400 organic women farmers. And our associate cooperatives, including Haufa, we have more than 1,000 organic women farmers. So yes, we have cooperative in Malabar region also. So we can say that we have more than 1,000 plus organic women farmers.
Okay, thank you, Sita. This question is to Archana by Retina. What market support will you
Yeah,
provide?
we have already covered that.
You've covered that. Okay, I'm sorry. I hope that's been cleared. Is there a product return policy? Sheena?
Yeah, there is no question of a loss or not able to sell. If there is such problem is there, they can return the product before 3 months of expiry date as per the product return policy. Then, however, if they are returning the product without any damage to our factory, it should be along with our purchase bill. Then, if they want to replace the product, we will replace. Otherwise, they can get it back to us.
Thank you. There's another question from Kavita Shri. Can farmers from Tamil Nadu join with your cooperative? Sita or Sheena?
Yeah, we are opening another cooperative in Tamil Nadu. We are having another cooperative in Tamil Nadu.
Okay, thank you. Kavita, I hope that clears your doubt. Shalini G has asked, do you insist on any minimum stock level? Sheena?
It's up to them. They can, if they wanted more stock, they can store. Otherwise, whatever they needed, they can take from here.
I think she maybe means like a certain amount what is the amount of stock that she should, the minimum amount, like can I come and just take 2 products? Will you allow that? I think she probably means that.
According to the state, it will be varying so that they can contact the project coordinators and they will clear up them.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So there's a user who says, from where can I collect the products? Sita, please answer that.
Okay, good evening, user. Okay, so if you are in Kerala, you can collect this from. If you are in Kerala, we have the perfect shops in Manargad. We have the offices in Manargad and Kottayam also, or in Kottayam district. For the other district, there should be a district headquarters. From there, you can collect your products. Okay, so there should be a warehouse for these products, and from that warehouse, you can collect your products.
All right. Thank you, Sita. Shalini, I hope that's okay. I'm sorry, that was not Shalini, that was a user. Yeah. Revati again has asked another question. Ma'am, what if I don't have any knowledge on organic food? Can we start then?
Yeah. Okay, I will answer that. Okay, if you don't have the knowledge of the organic food also, you can start that. Because firstly, we told that we are going to train you about the organic food, its qualities and what's its price, and everything from first to start, from harvesting to marketing, all the trainings we are giving you to how to market this product and how to earn the profit. So I think you can start your own business by taking this after this training. You will be a woman entrepreneur.
All right, Revati. I hope that is okay and that's clear. Thank you, Sita. Then there's another question from Harlin. Is there a way which we can invest in the business without doing the actual marketing of the product? Archana, you want to take that? Or?
I think Sheena can answer
Sheena,
that.
yes. Sheena, please, yes. I think you'll be the better.
Yeah, we are not promoting that. We want to sell our products in the market because it's a valuable product. Now we are exporting to the European countries, but our people also need the help. So we are promoting our products in our area. So we are not taking any fund from anyone.
Okay. Haleen, does that answer your question? Good. Lakshmi has asked, what will be the shipment time to Bangalore? Sita or Sheena?
Yeah, Lakshmi. There is a shipment time. Our project coordinator will be in touch with you after this session, and they will explain you what is the shipment time and what is the process and everything. They will be explaining to you, Lakshmi.
Okay, thank you. Then Darshita Agrawal has asked, can we sell products to different general stores in our area? Can we buy the product from you and then sell it to the other different general stores in our area? Sita?
Yeah, they can sell in their other general stores. There is no problem. But the markup margin will be have to be given from their side. We are supplying to you. You are supplying to another person. Then you are billing the product. So your market price will be decreasing. Will be sharing when you are doing the business.
Is that clear, Darshita? I hope that's clear to you. Shashi wants to know: is there a warehouse in Bangalore, or will it be couriered to us from Kerala? If they do a startup with you, then will you courier the products to them?
We can courier the products to Bangalore.
Okay. So Shashi, that's clear enough. Somebody has asked, there's no name, what is the minimum space required for organic farming? So I don't know if it's relevant now, but anyway, Sheena, can you please take that?
Yeah, okay. I will take that, ma'am.
Sita,
I will take it.
yes.
Because we are having an upcoming session exclusively only for organic farming, and please do join with us for that farming that session, and all the explanation will be given in that session. Okay. So next we are having a organic farming session.
All right. Thank you, Sita. From Lakshmi, I'm also interested in RTC, organic products. Is there some help I can get with that?
The question is not clear.
Yeah, what is ready to cook?
Yeah. Also, I'm interested in RTC organic products. Ready to cook organic products. Is there some help I can get with that?
Yes, we are having the ready to cook product with us.
Okay. So Lakshmi, you're in luck.
Right. And we will share the receipts also with you.
Yes. Priya has asked, can we partner with other women from the same place, or do you help us to connect with other women? Sita, you just take that.
Priya, the question is, I think the Priya's question is that she associate with another woman for this business, right? As a partner.
Yes.
That's up to you, Priya. If you want to associate with another woman, you can do that. But in your area, we are planning to give, as we told earlier, that in Kerala, in one panchayat, we are allowing only one job. And if you are in municipality or corporation or anywhere else, we are allowing only one exclusive organic shop for that the particular panchayat, municipality or corporation or for the cities. Okay, so that's up to you, Priya.
All right, thank you. Another user has asked, no name, how can I convert my farm to an organic one?
So yeah, I told you now that we are going to have a organic farming session for exclusively, and it's upcoming. I think this month only it will be where we are having that session. So you can join in that session. We'll share the link with you, and please do join with us. Thank you. Whose question is this, Pushpa?
It's just a user.
Okay, you sir. Thank you.
Okay. There's another question. Again, there is no name. What is the mode of training that you will give us? Archana, can you answer that, please?
It'll be it'll be completely online training.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And another question is whether you will share recipes, cooking recipes with us if we join.
Yeah, sure. We are having an R&D kitchen here. We are doing so many activities here. We will be sharing all these recipes to our buyers.
Okay. Anu, I don't see any more questions. Can you just check and clarify if all the questions have been answered? Okay, there's one here.
Sorry, I was on mute. Amita Ghosh has asked, suppose I start a business from Mumbai and after a few months I shift to another city, will there be any problem or specific rule to carry the business?
There is
Sheena?
no problem for shifting the
Yeah, only
business.
she'll have to take the registrations in the new
Yeah.
location.
Yeah.
Amita, I hope your question is answered. Okay, so are there any more questions? Can we move on? Okay. So there's another user to all panelists, whether there will be a customer care number to contact for customers. Sheena?
Yeah, sure. At the end of this program, we will be sharing the slides of our project coordinators with their numbers. So when we are mentioning that, they can write up the number and they can contact them.
Okay. So if there are no more questions, can we end our Q&A session here? Participants, is that fine? So thank you, friends, for your active participation in this Q&A session. Our project coordinators, okay, I'm sorry, there's a poll just after this Q&A session. Are you willing to partner with us? So it's yes, no, or maybe. So participants, can you please answer that so that we'll have an idea? After this really interactive Q&A session, are you willing to partner with us? Yes, no, maybe. You know, you're all enterprising ladies, so we are expecting a positive answer. Okay, we're waiting for the results. There are some more questions that are coming in. Should we just take those or we'll? So in the meantime, while we're waiting for the poll, Revati has asked, supposing we have to courier to abroad, will the company bear the charges? Sheena?
Yeah, according to the quantity, it will be different.
Okay. Revati, did you hear that? Sheena, can you repeat that answer, please? Supposing we have to courier to
Yeah.
abroad, will the company bear the charges?
Normally the company is bearing, but the quantity, according to the quantity.
Okay. Okay, Revati, I hope that answers your question. The poll results are out. Okay. Are you willing to partner with us? 47% says yes. Very encouraging. And no, I mean, it's really encouraging to know that nobody, everybody is willing to partner with us. Maybe is 53%. So we wait and see. Thank you so much for your participation in the Q&A session. So let's go on to our, the project coordinators who we have in the team. And those participants, make sure that you take down their numbers as well. The first coordinator is Anna Andrews. Her number is 9495566 That is Anna Andrews, 9495566 And there's Uttara R. Nath, 9447002248. That's Uttara R. Nath, 9447002248. Thank you so much. Our project coordinators will get in touch with you all within the next few days. Feel free to interact with them. The Planton team looks forward to a long-term business association with you all. So we have an announcement to make. We'll be having an international webinar on July 11th, that's next Saturday at 4 p.m. Please make sure you can register. You register for that if you're interested. It'll be great. So that's again an international webinar organized by the company on July 11th at 4 p.m. So friends, we've come to the end of our All Women Organic Business Startup Seminar. On behalf of the management and staff of Plant-Rich Organics, I'd like to thank each and every one of you ladies for taking time out and for your active participation in this webinar seminar for women empowerment. The post-COVID situation opens up more opportunities for women. We will continue to drive and take on new initiatives to attract and employ more women, full-time or for those looking at earning a supplementary income. Also remember, the option of work from home is here to stay. So do capitalize on that too. Consider this offer as a lockdown boon. Special thanks to our esteemed panelists, Mrs. Sheena Susan Verghese, Mrs. Sita Thambi, Mrs. Anu John, and Mrs. Archana, whose deep insights and expertise on the subject has benefited, hopefully, each one of you. I also take this opportunity to thank the project coordinators and the digital and marketing team behind this seminar. Desires dictate our priorities. Priorities shape our choices, and choices determine our action. Hope you've enjoyed this evening, and we look forward to a long, fruitful partnership with you. So once again, on behalf of the Planton team, I thank you for your participation in this program. We treasure your contributions and time with us, and we hope you have taken away useful and profitable ideas. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you, all participants.
Thank you all participants and panelists. Have a great weekend.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.